Hi, and welcome to the 2024 Virtual Summit for Holiday Strategies. I'm so excited you're here. You are in for an amazing couple of hours. If you do need to step away, be sure to grab the upgrade and get the recordings later. Otherwise, just sit tight and join us. We are going to be with you. The presenters are all with you in the live text chats going on right now over at the platform. So if you're watching on social media, come on over to holidaystrategies.com and join us there, because that's how you get in on all of the text chats with the other attendees and the speakers. We pre-record these programs for you so we can talk to you while the recordings are live. So join us there, and I'm excited to get us going. Holiday season can be completely overwhelming. I was one of those people who for several years would end up being sick either before Christmas came, right during Christmas, or right after the holidays. And it's because I was pushing too hard. So much going on. I put so much expectations on myself. I let other people put expectations on me, and I ended up ill. And I was role modeling a bad system for my daughter, for my children. I was being in front of them doing too much to the point where my body wasn't happy. My body couldn't handle it. But that did not stop me from doing it. What stopped me from doing that was the year that instead of just getting sick, I lost it. I lost my temper. And during the holiday, it was Christmas Day, and I really let somebody have it. I had just gotten fed up of being used and abused, and I vocalized my feelings, and I went crying to my bedroom. And that was the year that I cried out to God and said, something has to change. Something has to change. So as I share with you this holiday strategy summit, and as I share with you my own couple 2 cents worth here, my heart for you is that not only will you experience the most peaceful, joyous, wonderful holiday season this year that you've ever had and have them going forward, but also that you will mentor and role model for your children a healthy approach to dealing with something that can become completely ridiculous and overwhelming. And why do we let it do that? It's because there are a lot of expectations on us. There are family traditions that have been passed down for generations, or it seems like that anyway. And we feel like we have to sustain all of those. There we have our children's expectations of what their friends are going to get, or what they hope they'll get, or whatever, or what our parents gave us even. What I've created for you is the Holiday Planner. This is a workbook that you can get when you do the upgrade. It's 24 pages. It's a very wonderful tool to have. You can do it this year and then use it going forward. So it's not going to just be this year and then you have to start all over from scratch next year. Not at all. I'm going to address just a couple of things here in that workbook, but you can do it on your own without the workbook. So you don't have to have the workbook. But I want to just tell you, the workbook is full of my best strategies of how you can have an amazingly peaceful and joyous holiday season. So one of the things I encourage you to do is the wheel, the holiday balance wheel, and that's for free right down below. You don't have to pay anything for that. So grab the holiday balance wheel and go ahead and mark yourself on it. And if you are very low skill or feel like, yeah, I really don't know anything about that, just put it down at 0 or 2 or 4 or 5, whatever level to 10, whatever percentage of that category that you feel that you have skill in, that you feel comfortable with. If you could teach this to other people, then put it at a 10. If you're just pretty good at it, comfortable, whatever, put it at an 8 or 9, whatever. You want to fill that balance wheel out to the point where you can see where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. So what happens with a wheel is that if a spoke is broken, it starts going thunk, thunk, thunk like that. And that's how you can have your holidays can be wonderful on some fronts, but there's a couple of things that you're doing or not doing too much of, or missing completely until they grab you and bite you and drag you under like a shark attack. You want to have this wheel be fairly balanced. And so your great ones just keep going. You don't have to take any trainings on those at all. Just keep going. And your weaker ones, you might want to shore up a little bit and start, pumping up that side of the tire so that you have a smoother ride through the holidays. The holiday balance wheel is just where you start. And then going forward, focus your attention on learning how to do your weak points better so that you can be stronger in all of the areas of the holiday. The other thing I want to share with you right now is about budgeting. One of the challenges of the holidays that causes people a lot of stress is not knowing how much it's going to cost, and in fact, overspending almost every year and still feeling bad about it. I have come up with Excel. It's just an Excel document or an Excel spreadsheet. and you can use it. You can enter all your own numbers. But if you don't have that, just create your own document, create your own spreadsheet, create your own worksheet where you have a total number, a total budget in mind. This is how much I think we can afford this year. And you could say, this is how much we can afford this year. That would even be better to get a real number. And then you go backwards and you put the people's names in who you're going to buy gifts for, including children's teachers or whoever else you might need to buy gifts for. And then you're also on a separate one, you're going to have a list of all of the expenses, like including travel, including party, including children's clothes or things for programs that they need. You want to get all of these expenses written down so that they aren't just grabbing you and pulling you under again. I used to have this picture of just having a shark come under me and just drag me under the water. I wasn't expecting that. You will find that as you do your budget going into this year, if it's the first time you've done something like this, that there will be multiple times where you feel that way, either about your schedule or about your budget, that it's took you by surprise, but it won't take you by surprise next year because you will be ready. You will have a plan. So that's the beauty of having a holiday planner and actually having a holiday plan. And I just want to encourage you to take advantage of the workbook that's available here in the upgrade set. That's also going to give you access to all the programs that you maybe missed or want to re-listen to. There's so much good stuff here. Okay, I want to pop right in here that there is another gift down below for you, the Baking Day Plan. A lot of you want to share baked goods at the holidays, but can't find the time to do it. And that was my situation. I would try and I would fall short. And then I came up with this plan that works for me. And that's the most important thing I can say about it is it works for me. It might not work for you. And don't worry if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about that because honestly, do it your own way. But I wanted to share it with you because this provides me in one day. I do it all in one day. It's an intense day, but I do it all in one day and then it's done. And I do it right before Thanksgiving so that I have all of these, the platters that it makes are colorful, they're festive, they're just fun to share with people. And you can even do them on the little snack size plates so that you have one of each thing on that plate. It's just really a fun thing to do early. Otherwise, I can take some to an event. Some of it, like the fudge, for example, makes a huge 9 by 13 pan. Well, if I put one little piece on each little plate that I use during the holidays, that goes a long way. I have a lot left. So then if I need to take something to a party, I can take part of that fudge on a pretty little plate like that. There's all kinds of things you can do with the baked goods once you do it. And if you're not into sugar and baking goods, that's fine. No worries there. But if you want to see how I do that, and then I share those out during the holidays and take them to events, that's down below for you for free. We were talking about money a couple minutes ago, and I want to add in here, one of my favorite things to do is to send out an email early to my kids and other close people that I know really well. And I just ask them for a wish list for Christmas and I give them some ideas. There's a template that's included in the planner that I use, but you can just do something, whatever's most comfortable for you, text them or call them or bring it up in a conversation. But it helps a lot to just let them know I'm thinking about you in advance. And I'm just curious if you would want to, help me with some of this. The other thing it allows you to do if you want to, is it allows you to set a money expectation. So in our family, we have a certain money expectation. I know of families whose expectation is exponentially off the board higher than ours, and other families who have barely nothing to share. So don't worry about your number. Your number should be appropriate for you. Pray about this, talk with your spouse about it, ask some other people for input, but make sure that the number that you have that you're going to be spending on each person is a number that A, you can afford, and B, makes you feel like it is a just representation of just a small token really of your appreciation of them in your life, your gratitude toward God for them in your life and how you're expressing that. So a lot of families don't do gifts anymore. That's fine. Don't worry about this part then. But if you're a family that does gifts, it's just an idea to help set the expectation and also to let them know you're thinking of them in advance. Some of the categories that I use are, if I bought you some music, how would I do that? If I bought you a book, How would I do that? Which one would you want? Or how would you like to read it online or on paperback or whatever? It just asks them some things that are specific that they can answer. They'll have fun doing it, actually. If you give them enough categories, I mean, don't overwhelm them, but give them 4, 5, 6 categories so that, food is one, just like that, whatever you want to do. I know families that put all their holiday money together and go on a vacation together. Whatever you want to do, make sure that you can afford it and that it brings you joy, and then go forward with it. And that's my decorating tip for you. The decorating tip is, if it doesn't bring you joy, don't do it. Decorating can be incredibly pressure filled, and it doesn't have to be. Do what you love and let the rest go. Also, do what you have time to do and let the rest go. If there is a tradition about decorating or any other tradition that you feel like you should let go this year, think through who is the person who is most vested in that tradition and ask them if they would like to take that over. Just say, my platter's pretty full this year and I don't think we'll have time to do the taffy pull. But if you would want to do it this year, we could still do it. Most of the time you're going to find that they just say, oh, it's no big deal. It was you who was carrying the tradition forward, doing all the work of it, all the cost of it, all the investment in it, and not that much investment by other people. So don't keep doing that. Take care of you. All right, we are ready to get going. And I'm so excited for you to spend this afternoon hearing the various tips and strategies that these presenters have put together for you. You're going to love that. Some of them are so basically creative and beautiful, and others of them are talking with you and sharing things that are so important for your heart. So just tune in and listen to everything. If you happen to be someone who knows someone who is grieving, or you are grieving, we've got a couple special sessions in here for you to either learn how to work with them or how to process the holidays through grief. Welcome aboard. I'll see you in the next session.